Did you watch any tape? I know that you were playing that day, but have you guys watched tape of the UConn Creighton game?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we got Creighton coming up, so just scouting them, and then obviously how they played against UConn was a little bit different than how they usually play. They were really attacking the rim, just being physical.
Do you expect that this is a new type of Creighton team that you're going to see this time?
Not much. They're good at what they're good at, and that's shooting the ball and getting to the rim like they have before. But they definitely showed it against UConn. So just scouting for it, planning for it. Obviously, we've taken a lot of film from that game to just kind of figure out what they like to do and have a game plan for it.
So you've been in first place for 2 or 3 days. How's it feel?
I mean, it feels good, but now we got to protect it, and we got to keep fighting, taking it one day at a time.
Is that an all message? We haven't done anything?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, first place is good, but it ain't gonna mean nothing if we come out tomorrow and lose, and then none of it really matters. So it's just keep building game after game, continuing this win streak, taking each day in practice at a time.
So has coach touched on that?
No, not at all. Touched on what?
The fact that don't doesn't matter, we're in first place.
Oh yeah, I mean 100%. We all know that. I mean, I don't think he even has to tell us that. It's just taking it day after day.
So listen, one of the things that seems to keep coming up is, and Coach Pitino was big on this after the last game, the idea that the adversity of the early season losses has made you guys a very poised team at the end.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I mean, it's getting humbled quickly in the season, understanding your weaknesses, what you got to work on. And for us, I mean, I think it was a great thing, especially with us having a whole bunch of new guys. It's seeing our weaknesses a lot quicker than other teams who may not have played much big opponents in non-con, and we kind of seen it early on what we had to work on, and we still have a lot to work on even now, but we definitely got to see it a little bit early, which I think is an advantage for us.
And you think that the experience of losing together is helping you win together now?
Yeah, 100%. We learned how to stay together early on in the year when we were taking losses and figuring out what we got to do to stay together. So now when we have times during the games where we're down or we're not playing our best, we stay together and we go out there and fight together. But it's all from the beginning of the year and how those experiences have helped us.
Can you take us back to this team meeting that you guys had in early January where the overwhelming message was you weren't going to lose again and you haven't lost again?
Yeah, I mean, it was just, we know what kind of team we have, and we understand the weaknesses and we continue to work on it day after day, but obviously we didn't like the way we feel after losing, like anybody would, but especially with the talent that we have, the coaching staff that we have, we don't feel like we should be out there losing, and definitely we just didn't want that again, obviously. So like any other person doesn't want to lose again, but honestly it was just staying together, taking it one day at a time, giving it all we got. For some of us, this is our last year and we want to go out with a bang.
So did anyone say we're not losing anymore?
I don't remember, but obviously that was the message. Not that we don't want to lose no more, but we're gonna give it all we got, and obviously we want to come out with a win.
So you guys believed it, you're not gonna lose again, and you haven't.
Yeah.
Just to clarify one thing, when you say early in the season through the adversity we learned to stay together, did you learn to stay together by realizing what happens if you don't stay together in those losses? Is that how it worked?
It's more so just the way we felt, being down some games that we felt like we could have won. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't say we weren't together, but it was just learning how to stay together and continue to go out there and not get down, pick each other's heads up. It's more of that stuff that I would say for us.
Dylan, you didn't take any shots the last game, and I feel like the last few you haven't been taking a lot. Mm-hmm. Is that something coach or is on you? You got to be more of a threat?
I mean, not much. I kind of understand that. I didn't know till after the Marquette game that I didn't even attempt one, but I think it was just so much trying to get my other teammates involved and get them going and stuff like that. So obviously I'm going to take it if it's open, but I've never been the player to try to force anything. So at the end of the game, I seen I didn't take a shot. I mean, I wasn't.
Have you ever had a game where you didn't take a shot?
I don't think so, honestly. That was probably the first one.
It's only, I know you haven't been with him that long, but could you give us a favorite Zuby story?
Favorite Zuby story? I think it's just some of the locker room moments that I probably can't really share too much.
Give me one. How about one?
I don't know if I got any to share. I don't know.
What is, as you've played now with him for a year, what stands out to you? What makes him so unique?
I think just his leadership. Obviously, he's been here a lot longer than a lot of us, but obviously his leadership and I mean, he goes out there and gives it all he got every day. I mean, in practice, he don't get no subs, and he goes out there and competes every day, all day in practice, comes out. I mean, he just plays hard. He plays extremely hard. He gets everybody else playing hard. So, I mean, I would just say definitely his leadership.
When you first started practicing, did it surprise you at how hard you practiced?
Yeah, 100%. I would just say that, I mean, some schools I've been at, we went hard, but it's a lot different. It's a lot different here. I mean, we go hard every day in practice, and I got a lot of respect. Zuby's been doing this for a long time here at this university.
What do you remember about those first few practices with how hard he went? What do you remember about that? And
with Zuby or just in general? I mean, like I said, just the respect I got that he's been doing this for a couple of years now, going this hard in practice and being with his coaching staff. And I mean, just how hard he went, and he kind of set the tone for all the new guys, like, this is the standard here.
In Milwaukee, it looked like the Marquette team got tired at times. Is there a difference in the conditioning between St. John's and many of the opponents?
Yeah, I would say so. Just obviously by the way we practice, like I've said, it's very up and down pace. It's almost like we play a full game every day in practice, just how we play and how we prepare for games and just getting up and down. That's something that Coach P preaches. We want to play fast, and we have the talent for it, the athleticism for it. So,
is wearing another team down part of the strategy?
100%. I mean, just like us picking up full court, wearing the other guys down and just trying to create a little bit of advantage for us.
What was last night like?
Last night?
Yeah, being here to watch Danis.
Oh man, it was just surreal moment. Just to see where he came from. Obviously, I wasn't with him, in the Iona days, but just to see his growth, as a person, as a leader, just to see him fulfilling his dreams is just a special feeling.
Have you ever pictured yourself kind of in that moment back in this building as a pro playing here?
I have. I don't think that's my main focal point, but it's just great to see not only just DJ, but Kadari and Aaron Scott, some of the guys that I played with, just fulfilling their dreams, leaving their NBA dreams, and obviously I took some time to just realize they're doing it, so when I do it, it's gonna be even more special.
There was one problem with last night though. Coach had front row seats. You were a little further back, huh?
Yeah, I don't think Coach likes me as much as you guys may think. So that's probably what it is.
And it was you and Sadiku and Ricky?
Me, Sadiku, Ricky, and Steve-O.
Zuby, you guys are now in first place. Do you have to talk to your teammates and remind them it doesn't mean anything until?
I don't think it's something that I really got to talk to the team about. We're not really, just looking into standings or anything like that. We're only concerned about, how we approach each and every single day, and our next opponent, which is in, Creighton, is going to be a great game for us, and that's all we're worried about. Just handling Creighton and controlling what we could control.
Rick said the other day that he feels like this team is only 70% of its potential. For a coach whose team has won all these games in a row, you would think most coaches would be through the roof. Is he kind of hammering home that you guys have to get better?
That's who he's been. For 3 years now, getting to play with him, play with him. That's who he's always been. He's always challenged us. He's always pushed us to even get better and exceed our expectations for ourselves and his expectations as well. But it's somebody who you would love to play for. He's never thinking too high. And like I say, he has great expectations for each and every one of us and us, collectively as a group as well.
Do you agree with that this team over the next 3 weeks to a month has to get better to get to where you want to be?
In a championship level setting, yes. There's a lot of things that we could still work on, and I think we're definitely getting better. We're definitely trending in the right direction, obviously, and like I said, there's a lot of things that we could definitely still work on, and that's something that we take each and every day. We have pride in. We come in here, we compete, at a high level, and just work on some of our deficiencies, and look to improve and just keep this winning streak rolling.
Subi, at the beginning of the season, you were not bashful about saying, like, we have a championship that we want to defend. You know, you're in first place now for 3 days for the first time all season. Does it feel very attainable now, or more attainable than maybe it did 5 days ago?
You know, I wouldn't say. I would say so. I mean, I guess. You know, and that's obviously, you know, a testament to everything that we've been putting in for the past, you know, 3 weeks. You know, winning is not easy, and that's something that I tell the guys all the time. You know, and no matter what it takes, you know, it may be ugly and it may not always be pretty, you know, each and every day, but as long as you come out with the win, I think that's the most important thing. And I think winning, you know, together, you know, it builds connectivity with each other, and you know, it's good to see, you know, some of these guys experience, you know, this level of success, and we're still not done. You know, like I say, you know, we just gotta, you know, approach it each and every day with a championship mindset, and you know, just be the best versions of ourselves.
Cody B, after the Milwaukee game, he said that the adversities that you guys went through at the beginning of the season in the losses translates to you guys being like a really poised team under the gun now. Like, how does it work? How did those things make you into this?
You know, when you experience losing, it's not a great feeling. And I think obviously that starts with, you know, Coach Tino. He hates losing as much as anybody that I've been around. And then you get to experience, you know, winning at this level, and you get obsessed with it. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think Coach Pitino is obsessed with winning, and some of these guys are experiencing that moment, and it's something that you want to feel. And like I said, you know, when you're chasing a common goal collectively, that's something that you want to put all your mind towards. You know, just achieving that success, and yeah, you know, just seeing what we've been through, you know, everything we've been through, you know, all the adversity that we've been through, to start the season, all the narratives that were said about us, and just to see us overcome all that is really truly special.
Zuby, at this time last year,
Last one, guys.
your team kind of captivated the city. Do you feel like that's happening now? I mean, tomorrow's supposed to be a sellout. Next Saturday's supposed to be a sellout. Do you sense like what the city was like around your team last year coming back this year?
I mean, absolutely. Man, that UConn game, just thinking back to that game, was as best as a crowd environment as I've been around here at MSG. And just to see, like I said, our growth, not just, you know, individually, but collectively. Start off, you know, with a rocky road, shaky season, all these narratives that was being said about us, and just to see us overcome all that. And we have some truly special players on this team. You know, Dylan has stepped up in a big way for us. Bryce Hopkins has been playing, you know, phenomenal. Dylan Mitchell, we know all what he does. Oziah, Ian, you know, we could go down the list. You know, guys have stepped up in a huge way. So we're still not done. Like I said, we can't think too high. Just stay, you know, level-headed, and just, you know, look to compete each and every night.
Zuby, we all know last Saturday was because difficult for Bryce, and then he came back and played great. Do you hope the crowd kind of does something nice for him as when he gets introduced, or like a chant or something, just because of what he went through?
It would be nice. I don't think it's something that, you know, Bryce needs. You know, he's just a level-headed guy. You know, he approaches every day the same way. You know, it was a tough environment. You know, really unfortunate just to see, you know, what him and his family was going through as well. But we had his back, you know, 100%, and it was great to come out to win. And now we just focus on Creighton, because, you know, that's going to be a huge game.
First of all, what was last night like, coming to see Danis?
That was great.
You were wrong. You said the Knicks were going to win, by the way.
Yeah, you would think that they would do.
And his pips.
I'm like,
So yeah, what was like? Danis,
it was great. Obviously, their point guard is truly amazing. For a point guard, I mean, his body is just incredible. And Danis is getting a lot of minutes. I think he's on a great team, and it's exciting for him. And then Kadari had a great game.
Yeah, seems like he's in a good spot.
Yeah.
He's going to get to play a little bit here the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Rick, the guys were saying, like, it's nice to be in first place, but it doesn't mean anything. Do you even have to address, like, our goal? Like, we have 5 games, like, you can't even think about that?
No, I told him, I said, look, we're trying to win a regular season championship, then we're going to try to win a Big East championship, then we're going to try to go far. So I said, but you got to take it one possession at a time, not one game at a time.
Rick, last year around this time of year, your team kind of captivated the city. Do you feel that happening again with how the crowd was for the UConn game, and tomorrow's supposed to be a sellout, next Saturday's supposed to be a sellout? Do you sense that kind of feel around the city coming back for your team during this time of year?
I don't think it ever left, but I do think that during football season, there's a lot of distractions with a common fan. It's so now it's picked up because this is college basketball season.
Rick, one of the things that seems to be a little bit of the theme lately is that the adversity of the early season things that happened, the losses in the big time games, have made this team a great poised team under pressure now. Is it because they learned from something that they weren't doing at that time, or is the mechanism for them becoming poised something else?
No, I think it's more great competition. I think when you compete against great competition, you find out, what's lacking, and you find out what you did well. So when you play against, Michigan, Alabama, Baylor, and Auburn, and those type teams, you learn the mistakes that you made against great competition, and then you adjust.
Do you see that like, in this streak, like, this team is obviously not making the mistakes you were making in November?
Not so much mistakes. I don't think they. What I keep saying to them is fear of failure. Have no fear of failure. Play to win. And don't. I saw it in their eyes the other day when Marquette came back and took a 6-point lead. I saw not panic. I saw disappointment in their eyes, and I said, "Relax, long game." And I just said to them in a huddle, when it gets to the 3-minute mark, just promise me one thing, that you'll execute for layups and go against the full court press. And we still had 18 minutes to go in the game. So I wanted them to think positive. My message was, we're going to win this game. Relax, think positively. And I think they came back again the right way. They did not panic against Xavier. They did not panic against Seton Hall. They just stayed on course.
Rick, Creighton obviously not having a typical season, but what they did on Wednesday night going into Connecticut and winning, just what do you see different from them in that
that's
game?
A different team. They played great, absolutely great, offensively as well as defensively. They hit on all cylinders. Their play, Dix is when they're like 5-1 when he shoots the ball great. So offensively, they're a weapon, but they played very good defense, very smart defense, and they went at Connecticut's weak defensive players. Well, I won't say weak. They went at the areas that they thought were vulnerable, driving to the basket.
Was that what you saw out of them very different from the team you played?
Yes, very much so.
So do you have to do you kind of have to adjust a little bit?
Well, I think you always got to adjust the second time you play a team. I think if you stay with the same thing you did when you beat them, they have the upper hand. If you don't make changes. Now, you probably know that Ian's not going to play in this game, I'm sure.
Oh, because of Ramadan?
No, because of his ankle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Well, I will say this about Ian. Ian the other day in practice had 12 assists and 11 rebounds for the first time, even close to that number. So his trajectory is going the right way as a basketball player, learning to do other things. And the other night, he went after loose basketballs hard, where he flipped, got a total flip. He went after a rebound, didn't grab it necessarily to say, but he went high to get it.
Right.
So he's improving the other areas that he was basically missing. So we're going to miss that because he has improved. I'm not sure who we'll go with right now.
What's the prognosis on his ankle?
He's got a pretty good ankle sprain. He's in a boot, and from the other night, but he showed a little toughness. He went back, got retaped, and played through the pain.
Do you think it'll be multiple games that he would miss?
Good. I don't know. I know he's going to miss this one.
Rick, guys, we gotta get Coach Chicago. Can I just ask you real quick one thing, Rick? Your former player, Cruz Davis, having a great year. remember when he like kind of was going to transfer? Was it one of those like he needed to play?
Yeah, I thought just like the same thing with a young man who went to St. Joe's. Jaden Glover. Same thing with him. I said, it's great. Go play, get your minutes. I even told Sadiku, look, if you want to go play, I'm with you, he said. So, I think it's great for them. Cruz is having an unbelievable year, playing almost 40 minutes a game. Great numbers, playing 1 and 2, which is great.
Are you surprised at all at how good he's been this year? He's averaging over 20 a game.
Not at all. I always said Cruz Davis was going to be a great player, and he just needed the minutes.